Hello, while you choose Lisa or Lena, I'll share my diary with you. My twin sister hid a secret from me, and now I don't know how to react. Dear Diary. Today, I need to vent about something I discovered that's left me completely lost. I never thought my twin sister, someone with whom I share practically everything, could hide something so important from me. And now, after finding out what she was hiding, I really don't know what to do. You know that my sister and I have always been super close, right? Like, not just because we're twins, but because we've always shared the same friends, the same experiences, and even the same insecurities. We're like an inseparable team, and no matter how much we sometimes fight, we always end up understanding each other. But lately, I've noticed that she's been acting strangely, kind of distant, like she's got something on her mind that she doesn't want to share with me. It all started a few weeks ago when she began leaving the house earlier than usual and coming back late, with some pretty lame excuses. I tried asking where she was going, but she always gave vague answers, like, just going for a walk, or, I was meeting a friend. At first, I let it go, thinking she just wanted some time alone. But as the days passed, I couldn't stop thinking about what might be going on. So, I decided I had to find out what was happening. I know, it sounds kind of wrong, but I was really worried. One day, I followed my sister after school, hiding behind trees and trying not to be seen. And that's when I saw something I never expected. She was meeting up with a girl from our school, someone I'd never seen my sister talk to before. They were talking, and my sister looked tense, almost like she was hiding something. I didn't want to believe that she could be doing something behind my back, so I waited until she got home and asked her directly. But once again, she brushed it off, saying it was just a new friend, and that it wasn't anything important. But I knew there was more to it. She was hiding something, and as much as I wanted to trust her, the doubt started to grow inside me. A few days later, I finally discovered the truth. I was looking for a pen in her room when I stumbled upon a diary hidden in her dresser drawer. I know, invading someone's privacy is really wrong, but at that moment, my curiosity was stronger than anything else. I just wanted to understand what was going on. I opened the diary, and what I read left me shocked. My sister was hiding a huge secret, something she hadn't even told me, her twin. She was involved in something that could completely change our relationship and our lives. I found out that she had started attending a support group for teenagers going through emotional difficulties, and the girl she was meeting was part of that group. The problem is that my sister didn't want anyone to know about it, not even me. She wrote about how lost she felt, how she was dealing with anxiety that I never knew she had. She talked about the fear that I or our parents would judge her for going through this, and that's why she decided to keep it all a secret. She thought that if she told us, I would see her differently, like she was weak or something. When I finished reading, I felt terrible. How did I not notice that she was going through this? How did I, who have always been so close to her, not realize that my own sister was facing such a tough time? I should have noticed, I should have been there for her, but instead, I got angry that she was hiding something from me. Now, I'm torn between confronting her or pretending I didn't find out anything. I know she has her reasons for not telling, but I also feel like, as her twin sister, I should know about this. I should be supporting her instead of letting her face this alone. But at the same time, I'm scared of how she'll react if she finds out I read her diary. It could break the trust she has in me, and that's the last thing I want. I care so much about my sister, and just thinking that she might be suffering without my support makes me feel awful. I know I need to do something, but I'm completely lost on how to act. If I tell her that I know, she might get angry and distance herself even more from me. But if I do nothing, I'm ignoring the fact that she needs help. Every time I think about it, my heart aches. It's like an invisible hand is squeezing my chest, leaving me breathless and filling my mind with doubts. My sister has always been an essential part of my life, almost like we're two halves of a whole. Ever since we were little, we were taught to share everything, our toys, our clothes, even our secrets. And now, suddenly, it feels like that strong, deep bond is being threatened by something I didn't even know existed. When we were younger, we used to play at being detectives, solving imaginary mysteries in our backyard. I never imagined that one day I would be facing a real mystery, a secret so heavy and complicated that it could shake everything we've built together. I wonder every minute of the day if I did something wrong, if there was a moment when I wasn't present enough to notice that she was suffering. How could I have been so blind? And more importantly, how can I fix this now? I don't want to be the cause of more pain for her. The last thing I want is for her to feel like she can't trust me or that I'm just another person in her life who doesn't understand her. What hurts the most is imagining that because of this secret, she might be feeling even more alone than she already must be. She's always been the one who tries to be strong, who doesn't show weakness, and maybe that's exactly why she chose to hide this from me. But that same strength she's trying to show could be her biggest weakness now because it's keeping her from seeking the support she so desperately needs. But at the same time, I know I can't just ignore what's happening. Turning a blind eye to this situation would be like turning my back on her at a time when she needs me the most. I know what she's going through must be incredibly difficult, but I'm also going through a whirlwind of emotions, and the weight I carry from knowing what I know is becoming almost unbearable. I feel like I'm walking a tightrope, trying to balance the need to help her with the fear of invading her space and making things worse. How can I help her without making her feel betrayed? That's the question that keeps hammering in my head, day after day. The last thing I want her to feel is betrayal, especially coming from me. It's hard enough for her to deal with her own situation, and the idea that I, her twin sister, found out something she didn't want me to know is something that could push her even further away. Betrayal is a heavy word, a concept that can destroy bonds that seemed unbreakable. And if I end up being seen as the person who didn't respect her privacy, as someone who couldn't wait for the right time for her to come to me, it could ruin everything. And at the same time, how can I show her that I'm here for her without seeming like I'm invading her space? That's the biggest dilemma of all. I want her to know that she can count on me for anything, but how do I do that without making her feel pressured or judged? There's a fine line between being present and being intrusive, and I feel like I'm on the verge of crossing it at any moment. Every word I say, every gesture I make, seems loaded with hidden meaning, as if everything I do is being watched with suspicion. And maybe that suspicion isn't even coming from her, but from myself, from my own fears and insecurities. I find myself thinking about all the ways I could approach this with her. Should I try to talk to her casually, as if I don't know anything? Maybe try to start a conversation about feelings and see if she opens up on her own? But what if she realizes I'm trying to do this on purpose? What if she feels cornered and ends up closing off even more? The fear of saying the wrong thing paralyzes me, and it only adds to my frustration. The more I try to find a solution, the more lost I feel, as if I'm in a maze with no way out. What bothers me the most is the fact that, as much as I want to help her, I don't know if she wants to be helped. That's the truth that hurts me the most. She might be trying to deal with this on her own for a reason, and maybe my intervention would only complicate things. Perhaps she needs this time alone to understand what she's feeling, to process everything that's going on in her mind and heart. And if that's the case, who am I to interfere? However, at the same time, I can't help but think that if I do nothing, I'll be letting her face this situation without the support she really needs. I know she's strong, but even the strongest people need help sometimes. Would she feel relieved if she knew I already found out her secret? Or would it make her shut down even more? The fear of making things worse is what keeps me silent, but that silence also tortures me because I know that every day that passes without me doing something is a day she might be feeling more alone. Every time I think about it, my heart tightens even more. I feel like I'm in a constant state of anxiety, waiting for the right moment to act, but not knowing if that moment will ever come. I wish I could go back in time and notice sooner that something was wrong, so maybe I could have prevented things from getting to this point. But since that's not possible, all I can do for now is keep thinking about how to approach this situation. I wish I had all the answers, knew exactly what to do, but I'm as confused as she must be. And meanwhile, time keeps passing, and the distance between us only seems to grow. So, here I am, my dear diary, still unsure of how to react to the secret I discovered. I feel like I'm at a dead end, trying to find a way to support my sister without invading her space. What would you do in my place? Should I talk to her and risk our relationship, or should I wait for her to decide to share with me what she's going through? If you've ever been through something like this or have any advice, please let me know in the comments. I really need help understanding how to deal with this. Thank you for always being here to listen. Until the next video.